Okay. Hi.
Hi, sorry.
No worries. Yeah, no, I'm not sure what happened there. How are you
I
doing?
I was using the old link
Yes. Okay.
uh, from your old email, I mean former email, and then I just went in with the passcode with the. It's fine.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. Hi, how are you
Okay.
doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm good. I'm hanging in there. Yeah.
Nice tie, huh?
Thank you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So what's new with you? What have you been up to?
Uh, I don't know, not a lot. Another week where I went into work. It was okay. I'm getting used to that.
Is that just getting more normal now and you have
It's
a
getting
routine?
pretty normal. Yeah,
Yeah.
although um, a lot of people are away for spring break with their kids. Nick and Al and Al, the kids are. So I
Okay.
was kind of the only seniorish person there, which
Yeah.
was fun. And there's, things are picking up. So there's stuff to do. It's all right. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Kind of, yeah. I mean, all things considered, it looks like the fall might be very different from last fall. That's all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure.
That's
But so
all.
okay. So you've had the second dose of the vaccine now for like about over a month now. How do you
I've
feel? Do
had
you
it.
just
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't. Well, I've been going into work for 3 weeks, and I waited 2 weeks. So yeah,
Yes.
so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got 5 weeks ago was the second dose.
Yeah. And do you I mean, how do you feel? Do you feel safe? Do you feel okay? Do you feel I mean,
Yeah,
you know.
I feel completely okay. My only concern is when I come back from the city, I shower right away because I
Yeah.
don't want to. I mean, I get tested on Thursday
Right.
morning. I drive back into the city, into the country, back to the
Yeah.
country on Thursday afternoon. So I don't know until Friday
Right.
morning
Right.
that I'm negative, right?
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah, yeah.
just careful when I'm home for that period of time.
That makes sense.
Victoria gets her first shot tomorrow
Oh,
in
yay. Yeah.
Southampton. Yeah,
Yep.
she shopped around, she found a place,
Right on.
and her second one in 3 weeks' time. So by beginning of May, she'll be done.
That's
Yeah,
great. No, that's great.
yeah, yeah. I don't know what the colleges are doing. I know Rutgers is now saying they want everybody to try and get everybody vaccinated for the fall, but I don't think Beatrice's college has said that yet.
Right. I mean, my job has very much left it up to us individually. We're not eligible yet. Oddly, childcare providers only just became eligible in March, so they were not considered part of the first phase one in Washington, which I
Okay.
mean were fighting and advocating for. We as uh, my job is considered essential, but it is not essential enough for me to get the vaccine. I am working from home, so I guess it's fine. But yeah, no, we're not eligible yet. But my job has made it clear that it's completely up to us. Different people have different perspectives, different, and they're not making us. And the same thing for childcare providers. They're not. um, Hi.
When do you think, according to your geographical location, I mean, in terms of Washington,
Yeah.
when do you become eligible in a
Oh,
normal
well,
way?
the governor just said that every adult over 16 should be eligible by May 1st, but I think that that's ambitious. We'll see. But we'll see.
Yeah.
You want to say hi? You want to say
Th-
hi to me?
Who's that? Who's that?
Yeah.
Daisy. Look,
This is Duke. Yeah.
that's Daisy. Look, Agatha. Oh, Agatha. Look. She can't see the screen.
Oh, yeah. No, they
Yeah.
don't care. It doesn't mean anything to them. It's
They have, if she barked, she'd probably hear that. Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. But yeah. So no, I don't know. I mean, it's now more and more childcare provider. I mean, many of the childcare providers are over 75, so they've been eligible anyway. But
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, more and more are getting vaccinated now. Yeah, it looks like you said, the fall is going to look very different.
Yeah.
Um,
So maybe I can come and see you in the fall.
that would be amazing. Or
Yeah,
yeah, or I can
good.
come see you too. Yeah, I mean, yeah, 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 definitely.
Things may change quickly. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But I'm kind of curious. I think it'll be interesting. I mean, I think the summer is going to be interesting. I mean, already in the spring, I mean, it feels like the from what I well, not today. Today it's rainy here, but from what I've seen when it's been sunny out, the people and the range of people can't all have been vaccinated. So I think people are just sort of moving forward. I mean, this has always been the case. Moving forward, like they've been vaccinated and or like
Yeah,
it's safe
no,
for everyone
I
now.
you mean without masks or
But just without masks, without distancing, just out and about, and just I mean I think people have been indoors for over a year. I think people are ready this summer. I think with travel, I think with vacation. I hope everyone just is just safe. I mean I do think people for their mental health probably do need to get out and about and do things.
yeah, yeah,
It's a both and. It's just a both and.
yeah, yeah. But your work week was okay?
Um, it, yes, I have to go into the office this afternoon just to drop off some things for my new staff member. I have one person who's started on our team. She's been with us about a month. I have another person starting on the 16th. I'm excited about that just to
Good.
have people, but training is hard. I mean, it's hard to get someone started and onboard them.
Yeah,
It's to do it right. I think some leads just kind of, well, here you go, good luck. But I really want to try and get people started
yeah,
right. So that's a lot. But I've also been involved in the hiring process, and
right.
so um,
Well, that's good.
I mean that, which is also something I believe in. I think if you hire the right people, if you train them properly, then you can really you can build a strong organization.
Yes, yeah,
So yeah, but no, my work week has been fine. It was busy. This week coming ahead looks busy, but that's how it is. I like it. I like
yeah.
staying busy. So yeah.
Good, good, good. What's happening in Seattle? Any big news?
Um, I mean, just a lot of organizing around anti-Asian violence. Finally, the proclamations from the governor, proclamations from the city council. Um, what else is going on in Seattle? I don't know. Mostly I've just been keeping myself working. I've been watching a lot of. There's a game show network that just runs 24 hours, like game shows from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I've been watching that. I've been watching
Really?
another
So
channel that
what game shows? What?
the Match Game, Hollywood Squares, like
Oh,
all these with like celebrities, and they're just like I don't know. They just Richard Dawson. There's some with Alex Trebek.
who was the
We've
guy
got
in Hollywood Squares? Paul, the guy, the
John Davidson.
no, there was a kind of a gay guy who was very, very funny.
Oh, yeah, Paul.
Paul
No, I
something.
know who you're. He was always like the center square. Yeah, I know
No
who you're
kidding.
talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I used to
No,
like those shows. Yeah.
yeah, no. So I watch those. I watch, and then there's another channel that just runs all the old cop shows, and then some of them I never caught, like Rizzoli and Isles, which is Angie Harmon's show.
Oh,
After, yeah,
Brazilian Isles is. Oh, come on! I've seen every one.
I bet you. Yeah.
What Brazilian Isles? Wow.
I guess there's a Donnie Wahlberg crossover with his show. Like all these shows are crossovers. Like all the CBS NCIS shows are
But
all
they come out. They come out of each other. They.
like yes. And they're all
Yeah.
just sort of they're basically just Law and Order. They're all just Law and Order in
But
in a
They're Dick. What's his name?
yes, Dick Wolf and yes.
Dick
Yeah.
Wolf. I watch all the NCIS shows.
Yeah.
They
Um,
they they follow a very predictable. You can time it when they go to the suspect's door and
yes.
he goes out the back door. They have never learned this. They have never
Yes.
learned that there's a back door. They all go to the front door and then they
Yes.
run through the house over the neighbor's fence, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Week
one runs
after week,
around and shouting at each other. Yeah.
week after week.
It
And
is
if they
no. It is.
approach a suspect in a factory, they call out his name so that he can start
So,
running.
right. No. Right.
It's like they say, run now.
But there's something very comforting about the consistency of the
Oh, I
format.
But I imagine when they're writing these,
Yeah.
around a table,
Yeah.
that they don't even have to have an algorithm anymore because they know the cadence, right?
But I mean, as it goes, 90s, 2000s, 2010s. I mean, the sort of the pop cultural references change.
Oh yes, oh definitely.
So, but
if you
yeah.
watch, so I've been catching up on shows that started in the fall, and
Yeah.
I didn't know they'd started.
Yeah.
Like, and there's the first episode of the second series of FBI.
Huh.
There are no references to COVID at all.
Oh, yeah.
Suddenly, in the middle, there's a scene with the two principals interviewing a guy on his doorstep, and they're both wearing masks.
Right.
And then suddenly they're not.
Right. No, it's very haphazard. I've noticed this.
Unexplained, right?
Yeah. No, I've noticed this too. I was watching. What's the show? He's not a lawyer. He's the guy. It's Huff. I think he's the lawyer jury picker guy. Like that's his job. Do you know the show that I'm talking about? I don't know. In any event, yeah. So it's exactly like you said. Some scenes they're in their office and they're very close together and they're not wearing masks, and then other scenes they're in the courtroom and some of the jury is wearing masks but other of the jury isn't, and I don't understand what I can't I don't know what they're saying. Yeah, is it the pandemic? Is it not? Is this just a personal choice on the part of some people? I don't know. Yeah, it seems, and they don't explain it, and they don't say
they don't
it.
explain it. Yeah,
But I think they're trying to play it both ways for people who know that there's a pandemic, people who don't believe it exists, people who want to pretend it doesn't exist, people who have a really hard time enjoying anything if it seems fake if you're not acknowledging that it exists. Like I think they're just trying to play it both ways. Which I don't know.
I was slightly disappointed because the final episode of the last series of The Blacklist, they stopped filming in the middle, except they don't film consecutively.
Right.
And the way they finished it was they used storyboards.
Oh,
and
I mean, yeah.
They came on as themselves in the middle, explained that's what they were doing. And it was extremely effective. It was like a combination of a comic strip and
yeah.
But when they've started now the next series, they're back to normal. No one's wearing masks. I don't know how they filmed it.
Right.
They're shooting each other up close,
Yeah. No, I mean, I feel for the industry. I feel for movie theaters. I mean, movie theaters versus now all the big budget, all the Avengers movie, all those superhero movies, they're just being released online, and people are just moving. People's home theaters are the size of movie theater screens. So I mean, and movie theaters cost like $50 for two people. So but I don't know what else. Yeah. And who's going to pack into a crowded room with strangers indoors for 2 hours for a very long time? I mean, no matter what. I
agree with you. No matter what, regardless. I mean, I think that may be a culture shift. I don't know. I don't see, for instance, again anymore that when there's a big evening art auction sale where everybody is packed, where they have two packed rooms,
Yeah.
Even though only a tiny fraction of those people are actually bidding, but everybody felt they had to be there, right? Well, now they do it online with the staff and a lot of fancy gadgetry, but they'll never go back to that. They may have it live, and people who are seriously interested can come
Oh,
and
of course, of
sit
course.
there.
Yeah.
But they'll be like the sales of, used to be the sales, if you had a sale of stamps or antiquities, there'd be 10 people in a sale room for 200. They'd be just,
Mhm.
and they all knew each other.
Right. No.
So
Right. Right. Yeah. 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 Do you do how much of auction sales were online even before the pandemic? How much of that like infrastructure was already built out?
they've been running at it for a very long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
In
Yeah.
the 90s, Sotheby's launched a big internet thing, and it kind of fizzled, and then Christie's tried to do it. So I would say that they have probably, all of them, more than quadrupled their online
Hmm.
sales uh, during the pandemic, and they've attracted, at a, well, I call it a low end. It's not really a low end, but I would say for spending up from like 5,000 to, or no, from $500 to maybe 50,000 or $100,000. Um, thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of more collectors.
Right.
And they're mostly
Yeah.
male in their 30s.
Yeah. 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 No. Yeah.
But so they're young guys with money at home. So when there will be significant attrition from that,
Mhm.
but there will be a lot of people who will now bid online. However, when you, for the more major items, even though you can actually bid on your laptop. In other words, you can click a bid, right?
Right.
Most people seem still to bid on the phone
Yes.
to a staff member
Yes.
who
I'm
they can see on their screen. In other words, they
right.
can
Right.
they can see their bid being executed.
And I would assume the larger the amount, the more likely. I mean, that
Yes,
ratio.
yes,
That
yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah.
yes.
No, I
I
mean
mean,
that
I,
makes sense.
I bought some very, very low value things over the summer where I wasn't even, I couldn't even see the screen. It was almost like an AI. I mean, there
Yeah,
probably was, I don't
yeah.
know. But it was live. In other words, it was in real time.
Right.
Um, uh, but people are used, yeah, they get used to that. They're used to, well, eBay has taught them, I guess these.
I still I'm a big fan of eBay. I use eBay a lot. I know. Yeah. So, but it is. But again, but I've been on eBay for a long time, and I know, for instance, if a seller doesn't have a lot of reviews, or if they're new, or if they're like, if it's a bit, I know what the red flags are.
Yeah, yeah,
So
okay.
I don't particularly worry. But early on eBay, I did get ripped off. I did, so
Yeah,
um, um,
well, you have to know what you do. I mean, you have to know what you're doing, basically, regardless. But no, but I went back. I went to the Met. I went to see some
oh yeah,
exhibitions, and it was
yes,
fun. I mean, I didn't. It wasn't like, oh, it was like, okay. It's
yeah,
what I found interesting about going to the Met is that there was a special exhibition that you waited 15 or 20 minutes to get into,
yeah,
6 feet apart, because you were in the museum already.
right,
So you actually, or I should say, I started looking at things that
yeah,
I would normally walk past, because I say,
yes, yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know those things, I'm not interested in them.
yes.
If you have to stand and move down a corridor slowly, you say,
Yes.
"Oh, that's always been there, but I never saw that. I never looked at
But
that." So it's good.
do you remember one time you came to Seattle? me, you, and Nick went to the Seattle Museum, and whatever they were between exhibitions. They had no show going on, and so
Yeah.
we just had to look at their regular collection, and it was exactly like that. It was like, oh, this is the art that's been
It's a
here for 10
common
years
collection.
that
Well,
we've
yeah.
that
What's
we normally just.
interesting
I mean,
is
some of it, of course, we've always looked at, but there were whole sort of rooms and sections, and I mean, we didn't necessarily look at like the I don't know, some of the ethnic collections or whatever that just
uh,
not his, but yeah, no, I don't know. It's yeah.
that's very illuminating. A lot of mid-sized museums, because of the pandemic, were actually they were forced to rely on their permanent collections. In other words, they had to dust them off, so to
Mhm.
speak. They had to rearrange them. Some of the small grants that we made from the Art Dealers Foundation
Yeah.
was to very small museums so that they could um, make video links for their permanent collection so that they could send that to the schools who weren't able to visit during
Mhm.
that period. So yeah.
Um,
Um,
we so I yeah on the many committees that I sit on at my job, one of them is to curate um, experiences for our staff. And so yeah, like some of the virtual museum tours that have been available in the pandemic have been some of the things that we've offered
oh,
and
that's
been
great.
yeah,
This is to maintain staff enthusiasm, involvement, or
yeah, no, this is I mean, this is part of our health and wellness, mental health, and
okay.
to just, and sometimes I mean the exhibitions may be around equity or race and equity, or they may just be around other social issues related to our job, or they may just be, yeah, again, it may just be for here yeah, to promote community and to
Yeah,
promote community
yeah,
involvement. We're all, here's a thing, we all did our virtual tour, now let's talk about it for half an hour. What did you see, what did you experience, what did you, we're, I mean, like we talk about it, we're pretty like woo woo, we're pretty um navel gazing as an organization, for better or worse. I mean, sometimes it's for worse. Sometimes it's 3 hour meetings where like 5 minutes in, I'm like, what is this meeting about? And why are we just having a meeting so that we can have a meeting on the book so that we can tell our funders that we had a meeting? Or is this really like moving something forward? Um, I mean, it's a both, it's a both
the
and.
pre-meeting, the meeting, and the after meeting, and the
And then the notes from the meeting, and then we get comments on the notes from the meeting? Okay, we're posting the notes from the meeting. Can someone verify that the notes from the meeting have been posted and that they're visible? And yeah, I mean, it's, we have red tape. I mean, it's a 100+ person organization. So yeah.
the thing I'm not used to in meetings is responding to chats during the meeting that are not part of the meeting.
That is a complete, okay. So okay, no, so
Like, how did she get into this meeting? Like,
that to me,
why is so and so in this meeting? Right?
so some people completely like, I am in this meeting and this is what I do, and then some people completely like, I am typing, I am emailing other people, and some people get mad at you if you won't multitask with them. If you're like, I'm actually here in this meeting, focusing on this meeting. Can you hear me talking? And like, I'm focusing on this meeting. You want to gossip about our coworkers or tell me jokes or like, yes, we have other tasks to do. I don't know. Yeah, no, that the whole, while you're in a meeting chatting about something else.
I didn't realize for a long time that there was that ability. So I completely ignored it until it kind of
Yes. Yeah.
popped up. And
Yes.
I don't respond really.
I, yeah. We did get the Seattle Art Museum cards, so
Oh,
I'm
you
gonna.
did? Okay, good.
Yes.
Because they were very nice.
Yes.
They'd screwed up online, and then when I told them, and they said, "Oh no, we'll send them." Good. Okay, great. All right.
Yes. No. So I, one for Nick, one for
Well,
me, and I'll forward his on to him. And
good.
yes.
Okay, good. All right.
Anything else? Yeah, I know Victoria's birthday is coming up, so happy birthday,
Tomorrow,
Victoria.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't have to remind me about that, but she reminded me that it was actually also your mother's birthday on the 30th and her father's birthday on the 31st.
Is that true? I don't
Yeah.
think I knew that. Oh, I
He
mean,
spoke,
well,
he spoke to him yesterday. He called yesterday, Gramps, and yeah,
how did that
he's fine. He's 86. He's
yeah.
he's okay. He's happy with his collection of pickup trucks and doesn't see why he should sell them because he likes to look at them. He's a
I,
true collector. He's like a true.
okay, all right, I may have to buy another vehicle, but I'm not selling the Prius, even though it's not running, and I may just push it into the garage and keep it there. 'Cause it's so I've been joking. So it did actually get broken into. Someone stole the registration, which is fine. I mean, it's been unlocked for over a month, and I've been joking that it's not even it is such a piece of crap. It's not even worth stealing. Like no one will steal, and they still.
Please buy a new car, please. Please.
So yeah, no, in any yeah, I think I do need to buy. Yeah.
Just for my sake. I mean, just so that I know that, you know.
The point being, a collection of rusty pickup trucks sounds good. I like that. I'm with him on
No,
that.
I
Yeah.
do too. I've actually in my one visit, I toured them. I was given a personal tour, and
I remember that you were like, and that it was interesting to you that that's what felt would connect you with him.
while Victoria was trying to break into her old room and salvage some of her artwork that had been.
That's what I would do. Yeah. No, I get it.
So, but he won't say whether he's going to get a shot or not. He says that's his own business.
That is his own business. No, I know, and I know, and I mean, I work with people all week with a variety of perspectives on that.
He didn't say no, but he said it's my big.
Right.
I'm not maybe.
Yeah, no, like I said, a variety of perspectives from no one is coming into my childcare who hasn't been vaccinated to no one is coming to my childcare who has been vaccinated. Don't wear a mask in here. We don't wear masks around here. I mean, because I mean, I work with people across the state, you know, so I don't.
Well, good luck.
Right on. No, I mean,
have you got a car picked out?
I've been looking at Jeeps, but they're not cheap.
But they're not, but they're strong.
Yeah. But they're strong and they're safe, which that's the one thing about the Prius. It's economical, it's environmentally friendly. It is not designed for comfort or safety. It's designed, I mean, specifically because it's ergonomic, it is not designed for driver comfort, and its safety rating is low because it's designed mostly to be as aerodynamic as possible. That's its primary design function. So I would like a slightly safer, slightly sturdier, I guess. You know, yeah.
And they lost.
And what?
They last forever.
Right. No. Right. And you know, and then I could really I could go out into the mountains a little bit more. I mean, this Washington has nature that I've really sort of I live a little bit more suburban than I used to, and I'm glad for my walks and my walks with the dogs, and there are lots of trees in my neighborhood and stuff, but I still feel like I need a little bit more. And so
nature is out there. You have a lot of nature.
Yeah. It's close. It's pretty close by, but I think it needs a vehicle that's not a Prius. So yeah, no, that's where I'm at. I've already begun on some of the home renovations and things.
Good.
But I'm taking it slow with the money. I don't want to spend all the money, obviously.
Well, you can have more if you need it. That's all.
Right. No, I know. We've talked about it. Yeah. Okay. I mean,
gonna feed the doggies now.
Yeah. I'm gonna take mine outside. So.
Did you have rain today?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you can see it. We've had a high wind advisory. If you can see that tree across the street.
Yeah.
And it is raining. It's lower now. But like I said, I have to head out to the office. I mean, it's gonna be wet, but I'll be fine.
This is the same. Look, can you see?
Oh, yeah.
We had very heavy rain for quite a while, and because of the storm that's coming up through Georgia, I think. But anyway,
yeah, it's been sunny all week. Today is the windiest, rainiest day. But yeah, it's it's Seattle. So
Seattle, yeah. Okay.
All right. I love you,
Love
Dad.
you, son. Have a good day. Hugs and kisses.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.